Molly, you did this thing to me again. We'll just do it. If you're going to do this, do it not by your ear because, you know, it's Mario back there running. Anyway, welcome to BeerAmerica.tv. He is...
Paul Yoden.
And I'm John Pinkerton. Smelly
like
pirate
that.
hooker, yes. Anyway, we are at Studios 121 in Fort Worth, Texas. John has been kind enough to fly out here from Savannah, Georgia, and I'm hoping to fly out to Savannah soon to keep this thing going. Since I moved here, haven't been able to do these as often as we like. So we used to be able. We used to put out at least 2 a week, and now I'm down to about 1 a week. So our fans are hanging with us, and I appreciate it. And iTunes seems to be the hot spot for people to download our beer blogs, and it's all that. See you, Will. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. All right, cool. And that was Will Raymond, everybody. So it's good that you're here, so we can keep this thing going.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad you're here too. So we once in a while, since we're here in Texas, when we were in Georgia, we used to do a lot of we did a lot of terrapin beers. We did a lot of beers we could get in the southeast and all over the country. But since you've been coming here, I thought, well, let's do some Texas beers. And there's not a lot of them, but what would you say is really the most prominent brewery in Texas as of today, 2011?
I would
Probably
say
the most well-known.
Prominent craft brewery would be Saint Arnold.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about Shiner.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a well-known name. But arguably, I think Saint Arnold is really
brew really
the
great
craft,
beers. Yeah.
Dominate on the craft side of things.
And so I thought, let's try Saint Arnold's, and they actually have a Spring Bock. So I said, let's get this. And so I tried it. I'm becoming a big fan of Bock beers, and of course, our favorite time of year is fall because you just love your pumpkin beers. You love your pumpkin beers. And anyway, and then you've got your winter beers and your summer beers, and then your spring beers, I'm learning, are usually Bock season, celebration of spring. And so this year, I've been trying to really experiment. Okay, let's try a lot of Bock beers. And so you see, we've done several episodes on Bock beers. So I got the Saint Arnold Spring Bock, and I've had this one before. I mean, to give you a look at the color, because what's unique about this one, to me, it seemed a little darker than some of the Bock beers. Maybe not, maybe a touch darker than some of the Bock beers that I'm used to. And I thought maybe the reason why it's a little darker is this is the maltiest Bock I've ever had. I mean, you really couldn't drink many of these. Not that you ever want to drink too much anyway, but it was just, there's a sweetness. No, right. But there's a sweetness to it that it's almost a richness. Like if you have a rich chocolate cake, you can only eat so much of it. Well, this was sort of the way it was with this beer, but I liked it a lot. Very malty.
What is the ABV on this guy? Do we know that?
I don't know offhand. We saw that at the top of the episode there, but
I just I think I figured out the whole labeling thing. This says ale on here, which is not what a Bock is. So I'm kind of curious, is this a ale that they're calling Bock because they have to, or is it a Bock beer and they have to have ale on the label somewhere because it's over a certain percentage of alcohol?
Could be. You were mentioning that about Texas being a little bit different.
I used to know this, and I can't remember what it is, which is great.
Well, I'll have to do a little.
But,
I'll have to do a little research.
I just remember years ago when Celis was in Austin, Celis Brewing Company. I remember becoming aware of the whole Bock phenomenon because they put out a brand in addition to Celis White. They put out a brand called Pale Bock, and it was basically just an American Pale Ale. Okay. And they just called it that because that was what Shiner called their low alcohol ale, or maybe it was higher than a certain point or something. I don't know. Anyways.
So does this not taste like a Bock to you?
Well, I haven't even put it in my mouth. It smells quite nice.
A lot of malty goodness going on in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, very nice. The reason I asked about the alcohol content was to maybe determine whether this might be better interpreted as a Doppelbock or, I mean, my Bocks and Bock beers, I think, are about. I'm sure they're, the Germans are very codified about, what's what. So I'm sure there's some distinct differences there that I just can't remember. But Doppelbock is definitely above and beyond that kind of range. And so correspondingly, you would get more malt sugars, sort of residual sugars in the beer. They tend to be a little sweeter. They tend to be even more malty, and of course higher in alcohol as well. But this is a nice example of
Mario, have you had this? Mario Calderon, give him a little taste right now. Isn't it malty goodness? I mean, for me anyway. I'm being the malt guy. I just really was a big fan of this beer. And so I had to bring it to the table since you're here, because Saint Arnold's is really well known in Texas, and the Texas beer scene is getting a lot bigger. We have many cast of characters here that join us, and Scooter Hendon, who joined us, has his own beer blog, texasbrews.org, and exploring just that. I mean, microbreweries are opening up all over Texas now. Finally,
I see a lot of stuff coming online here in the next
couple years. I was going to say, you being on the BA board.
Well, the BA in general, there's an explosion of people trying to get into the industry right now. At the time of the Craft Brewers Conference, they had already seen 600 new breweries in planning that they had on their records, which means there's probably more out there that they
and we're already at what, 1,600 probably across the country? Over 1,700 now. 1,700. Wow, that's amazing.
So I think we'll probably see another spike in people getting into the business, and sadly, in a couple of years, we'll probably have another bit of a shakeout. But it's a good time to be in the craft brewing business. Yeah, recession probably. What was it you guys said? You drink when times are bad, you drink, or when times are good, you drink. When times are bad, you drink more. Is that what you? Well, I think that's a sort of amusing generalization, but I think what it really boils down to for craft beer is that people, when they start pinching their pennies, they start making choices, wiser decisions. Well, they're not going to spend as much, but they're going to spend what little they have on something good, but a smaller purchase. A treat. Yeah, a treat. Yeah, exactly. Whether it's coffee or beer or chocolate, what have you. So it's Saint Arnold Spring Bock, another fine offering from Saint Arnold's. Paul at beeramerica.tv. Pink at beeramerica.tv. Email us, send us some love, send us some beer. There you go. There's an idea. Cheers. There you go. Let me finish this right now. Malty goodness. I love this. Yeah, very nice.